The air crackled with anticipation. All eyes were on the former president Donald J. Trump as he addressed a joint session of Congress. The chamber, usually a stage for a political theater, was about to witness a real-life drama. Minutes into his speech, a figure abruptly rose from the Democratic side. It was Representative Al Green of Texas, his face a mask of righteous anger. He shook his cane, his voice booming across the stunned silence. "This is not right! We will not stand for this!" he thundered, his words echoing through the chamber. The room erupted, whispers turned to gasps, then to shouts as the gravity of the situation sunk in. A hush fell as Speaker Mike Johnson, his face grim, called for order. The sergeant-at-arms moved swiftly, escorting a defiant Al Green out of the chamber. The drama had just begun. The tension in the air was palpable. Everyone watched, captivated as the scene unfolded. It was a stark reminder of the deep divisions that still plagued the nation. Green's outburst, unexpected and dramatic, was a lightning rod. It ignited a firestorm of reactions, exposing the raw nerves of American politics. The nation held its breath, wondering what would happen next. Representative Al Green, a seasoned legislator known for his fiery spirit, had a history of challenging the former president. He had long been a vocal critic of Trump's policies, particularly those affecting the most vulnerable. That night, Green's outrage stemmed from Trump's proposed budget cuts to Medicaid, a lifeline for millions of Americans. He believed, with unwavering conviction, that these cuts were unconscionable. Trump's proposals, Green argued, would leave countless families struggling to afford health care. "This is not about politics," Green declared later, his voice hoarse but firm. "This is about people's lives." He accused Trump of turning his back on the American people, of prioritizing corporate interests over the needs of the working class. Green's words resonated with many, particularly those who had felt increasingly marginalized and unheard. His act of defiance, while shocking to some, was seen as a courageous stand for justice by others. He became, in that moment, a symbol of resistance against what many perceived as Trump's assault on social safety nets. Green's outburst was not the only form of protest that night. Throughout Trump's speech, a wave of silent dissent rippled through the Democratic side of the chamber. Many female members of Congress, dressed in vibrant pink, stood as a powerful symbol of solidarity against the former president's policies on women's rights. Their choice of attire, a bold statement in the sea of dark suits, served as a visual reminder of the issues at stake. Adding to the chorus of disapproval, some Democrats sported blue and yellow ties, a clear message of support for Ukraine. Their silent protest, a poignant display of international unity, stood in stark contrast to Trump's isolationist rhetoric. The atmosphere crackled with unspoken tension, as Democrats utilized every means available to voice their opposition. The chamber, usually a platform for political grandstanding, had become a battleground for the soul of the nation. The charged atmosphere in Congress that evening was in many ways a reflection of the day's earlier events. Prior to his address, Trump had met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The meeting, intended to be a show of diplomatic unity, had devolved into a tense standoff. Reports suggested a heated exchange took place, fueled by Trump's demands for Ukraine to investigate his political rivals. The tension between the two leaders was palpable, casting a shadow over the subsequent congressional address. Trump's demeanor, described by some as agitated and distracted, did little to ease the anxieties of those present. The events of that day, culminating in Green's dramatic outburst, exposed the fragility of American politics. It served as a stark reminder that the nation's divisions ran deep, threatening to unravel the very fabric of its democracy.